mid-year reading. Something that I decided to do at the last minute, which I will blame on the full moon in Aquarius that we just had yesterday. Triggering all my Aquarian placements. But hopefully it works out for you, this randomness. Yeah, I haven't done it in a while, and I had some people ask in the last live that I did if I was, still doing the readings, and I am. And I think a lot of people maybe have forgotten that, or they don't know that, because, I quit putting my readings out here on YouTube, but I am still available for private readings. And if you're interested, reach me at crownones.weebly.com. I will put the link down below so you can click on it and get right over there if you want to go over there for a private reading. But for now, let's get into what's going on for you July through December of this year. I hope you're doing well. Saturn has been in your second house. And I'm seeing a flyer here, 2 flyers. We've got the Star card, which could be an Aquarian or a soulmate. And then you've got the 4 of Swords, indicating there's some kind of timeout. Maybe not talking to this person, maybe trying to heal, trying to rest. Some of you have been very ambitious, and it's time to take a time out, reflect on that, do a little bit of meditation on that issue. There's another one, another flyer. Yeah, I think it's a timeout. I think you're having a stalemate with a soulmate or an Aquarian, or again, having to do with your ambitions, okay? You have Saturn, roughly, you have Saturn in your second house, okay? Not all of you. I say roughly because everybody's got unique astrology, but generally speaking, Capricorns are dealing with Saturn in the second house, having to do with your self-worth, your possessions, your values. And so maybe that's why this again is popping out. Like, is there some healing work you need to do, or some reflection or meditation? And might have to do with someone younger than you, perhaps a child, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I do see some regret here. I see maybe an apology. Somebody wanting to communicate in a loving way, but there's no talking. There's a timeout, it seems, and a need to heal and reflect on some things. That 4 of Swords came out twice, so that's a big, big message, okay? I do want to also remind you, going back to the conversation about Saturn in the second house for Capricorns, which is very much a money house, right? And I know you, as an earth sign, that very much concerns you, okay? Could be challenging, right? Where you're having to get a whole new value system during this transit. If that's not resonating with you, then make sure that you watch your rising sign, because I find that to be a lot more accurate when we're talking about astrology. But of course, the absolute most accurate is to get a private reading. All right, anyway, let's go on and get into this reading. We're going to start with July, August, September, October, November, December. And the foundation in July, you have the 3 of Wands. So are you waiting on something? You're waiting for your ships to come in, or, if you're in a relationship, are you looking outside that relationship at what are the prospects, to get you expansion in your life and get progress in your life? I think by next month, August, you're going to be making a decision. Might come out of left field, really random, to the point. But I think there's going to be some decisive action. If you're waiting around now, by next month, decisive action. And then in September, I see you bringing something to close, closing something out. Then in October, something having to do with, possibly an Aries or this is a very strong feminine energy, maybe a mother or a grandmother or a wife. But overall, it has to do with fertility and growth and nurturing things in your life. In November, I am seeing a lot of heaviness here. We'll find out what that's about. I don't know if you've got a lot of responsibilities that you're dealing with, a lot of burdens, but we'll figure that out. And then by December, partnership with the Lover's card, could be a Gemini, is relevant, but it's like you're making a decision. And that would be a great time for you to make decisions because, I mean, right, it's like your birthday month, right? So you're getting into a whole new solar return where it's like, okay, what do I want to do with this next birth year coming up? And also at the end of the year, we're just all collectively doing that. We're reflecting over what's happened, what's transpired over 2021, and what do we want to do in 2022. So we'll see. But going a little bit deeper, let's start with July, and what is that about? It looks like, oh dear, oh gosh, this is either a career issue or a family matter involving generational wealth. Okay, with the Ten of Pentacles, we're talking about a lot of money here. We're talking about generations of wealth, inheritances, if this is a family dynamic, or we're talking about like a career's worth of wealth, okay, your life purpose, destiny. And I get the feeling like somebody took off with something and they're looking back at it. And somebody else is not wanting to look at it. Somebody's just holding themselves back like, no, I need to do this. I don't want to look at this. What is it that they don't want to look at? That somebody has been lying, cheating, thieving, or maybe they need to come up with a new strategy in terms of how they're approaching their career or family resources. Did somebody steal in the family? And somebody doesn't want to look at it. Somebody just wants to look outside the partnership. Oh, let's not look at what's going on in here with the family or with the company, the career. Let's not look at that. Let's look outside. Let's wait for things to get better and not look at this thief in the midst that has actually cost a lot, if not materially, then mentally. And even emotionally, because I'm seeing a lot of emotions and mental energy off of this card, and somebody does not want to look at that. And they might feel like, this is what I have to do, this is my strategy in life, is I'm not going to look at the losses here. I'm not going to look at the cost. I'm hearing integrity issues. Somebody's not on the up and up with a career or a family dynamic, and somebody doesn't want to look at it. I just heard the writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall. And I don't know if the answer is I'm not going to look at it. I'm just going to look outside of the problem and I'm going to wait for things to get better. Well, by August, it seems that finally some decisive action is taken involving an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and oh dear, some secrets. And let me tell you, this is really shrouded. Really shrouded. Somebody's been very disappointed here. And there's been a lot of illusion. Okay, like what you see is not what you get, right? It's taken me back to this, like somebody looks very prosperous, but did they lie, cheat, and steal to get that prosperity? And oh, we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to look at it either, okay? So this is about truth. This is somebody who's like, no, we're going to, and this is about truth as well. And so, somebody might be making the decision that they're just going to continue to hold back these emotions and these feelings. Wow. Lot of swords, I'm noticing. And I'm getting some kind of cut and dry. And it's not cut and dry. It's quite emotional. And it's like all this emotional stuff is being held under wraps. But in July, no emotion. Void of emotion. And then finally in August, well, let's keep this cut and dry. I mean, I know there's a lot of emotion here, but let's not talk about that. It's right. This is somebody keeping things secret. And they think this is a discerning thing to do. Oh, let's not talk about that. That's you know, heavy. It's emotional. It's messy. You know, this is kind of the vibe I'm getting. But what is? I'm gonna have to clarify that. You know, what is the? That is quite interesting. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. What decision is being made? What decision is being made? Temperance in reverse. I don't like it. It's somebody who is unhealed. They're emotionally imbalanced, and they're not healing. And it's no wonder when you have all of this disappointment and discouragement and disillusion, and they just want to keep it secret. They don't want to talk about it. What is the disappointment about? What is the disappointment about? Okay, just got Page of Cups in reverse, King of Wands in reverse, Four of Swords in reverse. Okay. Again, not healing. Both of these cards are about somebody's not healing, and King of Wands in reverse. They just want what they want, okay? It's about them. And they're not sorry. They're not, you know, I'm not sorry, not sorry. I want what I want, and I'm not going to heal this situation. Let's just keep quiet about it. Let's not talk about it. Let's pretend that there's not a problem here. I feel like if you're dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, they might be coming in quickly to say something like, you know what? Out you go with this. Like, these repressed emotions. I'm not dealing with this. This is bullshit. They might be bolting out of the situation because if they feel like it's a private matter and it's not being healed because somebody here doesn't want to, like, I don't know, I'm hearing emotional incompetence. Somebody is emotionally incompetent. They might say they're sorry, but they're not sorry enough to change. Like, it's who they are. They're like, I'm sorry, not sorry. And somebody's like, all right, well, peace out. I'm done. It's real clear, you know, like, if there's not going to be any healing here, then I'm out. So now I'm getting a lot of subconscious stuff. You might be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer as well, but with that Moon card. But it's all under the surface of things. And I think this air sign, if you're dealing with an air sign, they're just going to cut it out. They're like, and air signs will just call shit out. And it will ruffle Earth signs' feathers. Because Earth signs, y'all want to keep everything, you know, stable, and and especially, you know, Capricorns, y'all like to keep everything copacetic, and let's be tactful and diplomatic, and you know, let's not rock any boats here, okay? But I do see an ending is coming in September. So, and it has to do with a home, and somebody's getting a new beginning. Yes, it's a pretty swift shift. You know, I've been seeing this World card come up for other signs, and there's like some lull in the new beginning. Not for you. It's like within the same month you have the ending, you also get a new beginning. And the new beginning might be with your career, your creative projects or passions. It might be a sexual union for some of you. It might involve a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But my gosh, this is so fiery. So fiery. And I think for many of you, it's a home. And I think that some of you might travel and move to a new location, or somebody around you is doing that. It could be, you know, an entrepreneurial type spirit, like, you know, possibly a woman who is a very creative woman. But I see some new beginning attached to her and a home. And yeah, that could be Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Could be you getting that new beginning with your home, because you're coming to an end of something, you know, completing something. All right, and then in October, again, more about the home here and nurturing something with the feminine energy. We've got the Emperor, the Knight of Wands, and Two of Pentacles. So very interesting, because we have the counterpart of the Empress, which is the Emperor. So this is like a husband and a wife, or, you know, divine feminine, divine masculine. And with her, there's growth, and with him, there's order. You know, he's bringing order to things. Some of you are, you know, getting the growth in your life by really trying to take control of things, and you know, it could be financially that you're trying to do that, but I'm also seeing something about a move, okay, moving home. If this is a love relationship, well, let me wrap up my thought about a move. If this is a move, yes, I'm seeing two locations here. Okay, somebody's navigating, and it comes pretty quick in October, where you might have to kind of financially adapt to these changes going on that are tied to some kind of relocation of a residence, being between locations or something like that. But I do see, like, the masculine here is pretty stable and taking control of the situation. Now, if this is a love situation, I feel like an offer is going to come in pretty quick. The masculine energy might be pretty lusty, might be having several options, so beware. I'm going to say this with the ladies. You know, if you're dealing with a masculine energy this year, on the love front, he wants sex. He has options, okay? And just be aware of that. I mean, big shocker, a man wants sex, right? I know, so shocking. Just be aware, like, you might not be his only prospect. And again, not a shock, people date around, but you know, if you're wanting some exclusivity, you might need to have a conversation about that. Is really what I'm seeing. And vice versa for the men. It could go the other way, where the woman you're dealing with is looking for sex and has options. Not a surprise that women have options. I'm not really saying anything shocking here, right? It's not really hard generally for women to get sex. It's harder for us to get commitment, but yeah, I digress. All right. November. Okay, what is this with a heavy burden? Okay. So it seems to me that there is some kind of separation, and it might even just be on an emotional level. But the separation seems to involve a commitment. With the Hierophant, might be a marriage. With the King of, and it might be a Taurus that is involved. With the King of Cups, we could be talking about a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Definitely Scorpio over here with that Death card. And it, you know, for some of you, this is temporary separation, temporary emotional disconnect, that you're going through a period of taking a time out in a relationship, and I see this as a heavy burden for someone here. If it is a marriage or a commitment, I do see a lot of heaviness to this. And again, it might be an emotional heaviness because you're not really, you know, if you're taking a time out from the commitment, or you're not able to get your emotional needs met for whatever reason, maybe they're working too much, they've got finances on their mind, maybe it could be a legal situation involving a Libra, something is on hold, maybe somebody's looking at their options and who they want to partner with, but again, financially they might have a lot of bills to pay. There's something distracting them in November. You know, we're in the holiday season by this time frame, and so it could be that they're working hard so that they can, you know, put together a nice Thanksgiving family meal, you know, a gathering in the home, or, you know, maybe they've gone out of town to visit their family, and the two of you are not spending the holidays together, and that's brought about some kind of feeling of separation and emotional disconnect, and there's heaviness there. It could also be that, you know, they're working hard so that during, you know, the next month, Christmas time, they can put some nice presents under the tree. We'll see, okay? I mean, I do see partnership here in December, and good money news coming in, and stability. Yeah, there's some kind of conflict going on, okay? So, I mean, I see a lot of good stuff with the money, and it might be because somebody's got a lot of responsibilities, and in November they're being responsible, okay? But, you know, money is looking good. It's looking like some good money news coming in December, and somebody's very secure and stable here. But there's competition maybe going on in the workplace, and it might have to do with a boss. This isn't your energy. It could be another earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could also represent working in the industry of, you know, like real estate or banking and finance or food service. Basically any kind of industry or line of work that has to do with the tangibles in life that are necessary, right? Like we all need food, clothing, shelter, medical care, you know, things like that, all right? So if you work in that kind of industry, or, you know, for somebody who does that type of work, I see some conflict or competition going on, even though, you know, your money's looking all right. It's just like, this could be, you know, just simply office politics going on in the workplace. But again, it could also be a very competitive work environment with the economy. And if it isn't, you know, maybe a business partnership, but if it's in a romantic partnership or a marriage partnership like I saw over here in the month prior, well, I think that you are going to make a decision. You're going to make a decision, and I think the decision, as conflicting as it might be, is going to lend itself towards you getting some positive movement financially. What is this decision about? Please tell me, what is this decision about? What is this decision about for Capricorn at the end of December? I'm being told this conflict is more important. Okay, what is this conflict about? What is the conflict? Oof. All right, and that came up in reverse. The High Priestess. Oh, somebody is, okay, there's some hidden conflict. It's again, secrets need to come out, and it brings me back to the High Priestess over here. And we got a High Priestess over there. Remember, this High Priestess was coming out in August. Secrecy. Well, some secrets might come out by December. Okay. You might find something out about why there was all this conflictual energy. Maybe somebody making a swift cutting out of something and it was unhealed well. And I'm really getting a vibe like this is off of a relationship. Yes, it might be a business partnership relationship, but it might also be something else. It's going to be for, you know, unique to each person. Let me find out that real quick. I want to go back to this world. What's closing out for you? What is closing out for you? Seven of Pentacles. This is something that you have invested a lot into, and it might have been over the last 7 years. What's the new beginning? What is the new beginning? Please tell me what the new beginning is. King of Cups in reverse. Empress in reverse. I think it's something where, you know, you were not getting the growth in your life, and it might have had to do with your romantic life. Might have had to do with a woman, love offers involving a woman, and not getting growth and expansion for whatever reason. It might have involved your home and family. Something was upside down with your home and family, and that put a damper on your romantic life. You dealing with romantic prospects that appeared to be more than they turned out to be. Like there was some over idealization, and you get to know this person and you find out they're actually not that fantastic after all. I mean, I'm getting that, again, there's something with disappointment and disappointed over not getting expansion with your romantic life. But I am seeing during September, you could have some sexual offers here, okay? There could be a sexual offer come up with a very spicy, yes, possibly a woman, but fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, really livening up your life. But honestly, the opportunity seems more on the sex front than on the emotional front. And I think that whatever it is that you've been investing in, I'm hearing you've been laboring over it for quite some time, maybe like around 7 years this has been going on. You're reevaluating, you're like, you know what, I'm kind of done putting in on this, or let's close this out. Let's end this cycle of my life on a positive note, because I've invested a lot. And maybe because you put yourself so much into that, it came at a cost to your romantic life. Because whatever this investment is, it does seem to be material in some way. But you have a new passionate creative start here involving, you know, maybe travel, maybe a home, creative ventures. Yes, maybe sex. I am going to say, though, overall, I am kind of getting, like, there's a lack of proper emotional balance here that I'm a little concerned about for you, Capricorn, because there are just many months here where I see no emotion at all, or where I see the emotion is present, but somebody's cut off from it, or somebody's cutting it out or suppressing it. And I'm seeing not healing, not sorry, and that will mean different things for different people, of course, but it is like, it's a little concerning to me that something is amiss and unhealed on an emotional level, and it remains that way throughout the course of this 6 months, and that might be your personal choice, right? I mean, I can't tell anybody when to heal. Like, I can't prescribe that to anybody. Only you have to live your life, right? And everybody's got to heal in their own time frame, or deal with their emotions when they're ready. It seems like you're not really ready to deal with the emotional stuff for the remainder of this year. It seems that this is more about money during this time frame. And, you know, it doesn't surprise me given the fact that I talked to you earlier about how y'all are dealing with Saturn in your second house. So whether you want to or not, the energy is kind of forcing your hand at focusing on these money matters and in what you value, okay? So the cards are reluctant to come out. But I do have youthful folly and the joyous. So I'm getting a really lighthearted energy here, which oddly I don't connect with in this entire spread. I mean, there's nothing youthful about this, really. I mean, except for this young buck that wants to come in and have a good time, and there's some children showing up. And, you know, but uh, and there's some parenting energy here, but this could simply be about you having more of a lighthearted way of communicating yourself. Or again, for some of you, I think you do have this, but it might be a way of you glossing over or smoothing over heaviness or undercurrents of emotion that are uncomfortable. This is about having more open communication, more self-expression in your interactions, and not feeling the need to keep things pleasant and nice. With this card, I'll let you look at that one. With the Youthful Folly card, this is about maybe, you know, being impulsive or immature or bluffing, needing to learn something. You could have dealt with this. But again, if I am to connect back to the overall spread, I'm not getting that. I mean, there is, yeah, maybe in October, somebody coming in quite impulsively, and you're weighing things out, and you're trying to be responsible, you know, which I think you will be. But honestly, I feel that this is more about Capricorn learning, you know, this how do we have open communication and open expression in our interactions. I'm getting in more of a childlike quality, an innocent quality. It's not this, I'm an adult and I'm cognizant of the need to keep everything right, keep everything mature, you know. It's how do we get more innocent about this and speak from the heart and not have this need to filter and structure everything coming out of our mouths so as to keep an appearance of happiness, right? But to actually deal with maybe heavy matters that in a way that bring about healing so that there is genuine happiness, not this kind of plastic scripted, artificially constructed happiness. I'm in a flow for somebody. I don't know, you know, who it's for. I hope that something I said here helped you. But if you want to know more, something more specific to your unique astrology and get cards for you, remember, you can reach out to me at crownones.weebly.com. Link will be down below. If you just want to click the link and get there, I will have it for you. And until next time, wishing you guys all the best. Be blessed.